What is up, everyone? I just got a haircut today. Expect these to be trimmed by the time I do the Game 4 recap. But yeah, since I finally have a day off, time for me to do kind of a catch-up video because it's been a while. A few things happened. First of all, Game 3 happened. Giannis was dominant once again, but this time he got help. And well, for one, Drew Holiday seemed in Game 3 to unlock the form he had when he decided, hey, I'm gonna embarrass Damian Lillard for 4 games. Yeah, that Drew Holiday showed up and made Devin Booker just made his life a living hell for Game 3. Secondly, of course, there was the foul trouble with DeAndre Ayton. He played well when he was in the game, but, he was dealing with foul trouble throughout. Chris Paul did okay for his standards. I mean, him and Jay Crowder were the two best Suns players, and when Jay Crowder is your best or second best performing player in a finals game, that's not good news. Now, obviously, if Jay Crowder has another performance like that, and the other Suns stars do have a good game, then that'll probably go over well. If this keeps up, I'm back to the tune of seeing this game going 6 or 7 games. Because what do you know? Bucks outside of Giannis showed up. But yeah, also apparently as always, the Giannis at center lineup was working. So there's that. But yeah, I mean, from what I could see, I mean, even Lopez and Portis in the minutes they were playing, I mean, Portis didn't have a great box score game, but he had one of those games where that can be best exemplified in a Bobby Shmurda song called Bobby Bitch. And yes, I just did that. But anyway, so yeah, Bucks win. Suns, probably dropped one of their worst games of the playoffs. Bucks, one of their better ones. Giannis goes for 40 and 10 and, joins that very exclusive club with Shaq and LeBron dropping it in back-to-back finals games. Let's see. So what was the other sentence? Oh yeah, Magic hired Jamal Mosley as their head coach. Now again, he's an assistant. I don't know much about him, but seemed to have a pretty among assistant coaches, he seemed to have one of the highest regards, universally. He did work under Rick Carlisle, who generally speaking is considered to be one of the top coaches in the league. I mean, even the people who are probably the biggest detractors of him would, if they're being honest, put him in the top 10 of coaches in the league, and a lot of people would put him in their top 5, some in their top 3. But yeah, Jamal Mosley gets to go to Orlando and grow as a coach alongside whatever core they're going to be developing there. I mean, again, there's ideas of maybe trading up 5 and 8 and seeing if Cleveland's interested in that, or maybe just staying there and picking the best guys. Maybe they're warming up to the idea of taking Scotty Barnes at 5 overall. And then maybe Keon Johnson at 8. Doesn't seem so weird because if they're taking Kuminga at 5, even if Keon Johnson might be the best player available, it's a situation of, do you really want to take 2 guys that are high upside, but very much projects, like 2 guys in the top 8 in that mold. I don't think teams in this NBA, want to do that. Now, Scotty Barnes, it's not like he doesn't have stuff he has to work on. The obvious thing is, his jump shot, but he's going to come in from day one. He's going to be a really good passer at one of the forward spots. He's going to bring you defense. So, there's that. What else? I mean, there's nothing concrete in terms of like who else is being hired, but in Pelicans coaching news, ever since I last brought that up, went down to Charles Lee, and a new name that popped in is Willie Green, who got the seal of approval from Chris Paul in an interview. And I'm mentioning that because everything that's coming out sounds like Willie Green is the clear front runner, and like they might officially announce it soon that Willie Green is going to be the next head coach of the New Orleans Pelicans. Now, being a Pelicans fan myself, I've actually been one long enough to remember when Willie Green played for the Pelicans. I'm pretty sure he had that one game where he hit like 10 threes in a night. I think that was Willie Green. I'm like pretty sure that I actually think he has the franchise record for 3-pointers made in a game. I'll correct myself in the comments later if that's wrong, but if it's right, then yeah, you won't see anything. But everything I'm hearing, first of all, he's going to be the kind of guy that galvanizes the locker room, which, yes, this team needs that. And I mean, some of the suggested assistant head coaches, because if he's coming in, first of all, Therese Witherspoon, Fred Vinson, you got to keep those, because you got to keep those two, because those are two of the better assistant coaches in the league. I mean, Vincent, some of y'all are probably familiar with the work he's done with players' jump shots. Like Lonzo Ball is the biggest example. Brandon Ingram was already good, but if you look at the shooting splits since he's got to New Orleans, the work becomes evident. Just a few others too. I mean, and then Therese Witherspoon. She's more of a what kind of coach is she? Like, she has a really good connection with the players, and from everything I heard, she's just overall a really good assistant coach, really good to have on the team. So you got to keep those two around. So the associate head coach spot is what sounds like it's open, and some of the stuff I've heard from a couple of names, I'm not remembering them off the top of my head, but hearing very good things about them. Again, Pelicans report on Instagram will have names and even some clips of some stuff from those potential candidates, and some of it is really good stuff. Again, kind of guys that'll galvanize a locker room and but also have a little bit of head coaching experience, because this is going to be Willie Green's first job, assuming that he takes it. But I obviously have done this before with Chauncey Billups, but that turned out to be true as well, so I'm going to operate as if it's already happened. But yeah, when it becomes officially announced, that'll probably be a video where I actually properly prepare bullet points and stuff, because again, this is my squad, okay? And I want to actually go in detail for what I hear from him, some potential questions, and then some stuff about the staff he's going to bring in, because any good head coach needs a really good staff too. It doesn't matter how good you are. You need a staff around you that can, help you elevate your level at your job, because, no head coach can be with I mean, no head coach can be with all the players at once. I mean, he can be present, but, he can't be directly involved. That's what the assistants around him are for. But anyway, that's about it. Game 4 tonight, pivotal game of the series. Either Giannis leads the Bucks to a series knotted at 2 apiece, going back to Phoenix for a crucial Game 5, or Phoenix steals one in Milwaukee, and the series is 3-1. And I mean, there was the 2016 finals. There was those, but I mean, other than that, I don't think other than that 3-1's ever happened in the finals. Yeah, no, it hasn't. So yeah, there's that. Jamal Mosley to the Magic, and also Willie Green to the Pelicans seems imminent. So with that being said, peace.